Okay, guys. So this learning session is divided into two parts basically. In the first part, I will just walk you through the presentation and give you the in detail idea about the case tool. And in the second part, where Ruchita will take over and she will walk you through the actual case tool, where you will see the exact functioning of the case, and then only you can, you will get the full understanding of it. And guys, in between, like if anyone has any questions or concerns, they can just ask us through a Q&A box in the chat box, and we will try our best to answer all of your questions either in between the session or at the end of the session. Depends. Okay. So first thing first, let's just understand the topics of case that we will be going through today. The first topic is pretty obvious that what is case, then the features of case tool, like what makes it so popular among the rest other test management tools. Moving forward, we will see the working of case. Moving forward, we will see the working of a case, which is basically divided into four parts. That is registration steps, overview of case, integration of case with the issue tracker, that is Jira, and then finally the report generation followed by the report sharing. Okay, so what is case tool? Okay, so now the question here is what is case tool exactly? So basically, case is a cloud-based test management system or tool which can be used by testers as well as developers. So now the question here is why there is a need to have a test management tool in testing process. No, right? So see, testing itself is a bit of complex and repetitive process which starts very early in the software development life cycle. I would say it started even before actual development, because once the requirements are gathered from the client, a good tester will start his testing activity right from this phase, where he or she will go through the requirements and start preparing a test plan document, which can be used in the entire testing process. And that's why it is very crucial to maintain all the testing activities like creating test cases, executing those, and most importantly, maintaining the test report. And that's why there is a need to have a tool which will take care of these things. And here comes the case tool into the picture. So case tool will definitely help to boost your testing efforts by its users, and thus it will automatically increases your productivity across teams. So moving ahead, we have features of case tool. And once you understand its feature, it will help you to understand its important as well. The first feature is test case management. You can store and manage all your test suites and test cases in one place. So basically, test suites allow you to organize all your test cases into the logical groups like smoke test suite, functional test suite, regression test suite, etc. And the test cases that you will be putting in this particular test suites allow you to define parameters as well, such as severity, priority, preconditions, post conditions, steps to reproduce. Basically, the in general test case description thing. That thing you can do here. And what if I tell you that this tool not only allows you to write the test cases, but it also allows you to import and export them. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Right? So this leads me to the next feature, which is import and export test cases. So you can import the test cases from other popular test management tools like TestRail as well, and also you can export the test cases from the case to the different formats like XLSX, CSV, etc. Moving forward, we have test plans and the run feature. You can create various test plans and add existing or new test cases and suits to them. You can run those test plans and track the test case results status, like whether your test case is pass, fail, it is block or not, on the same screen itself. That is the test run screen. Moving ahead, we have a team management feature. So basically, what you can do here is you can invite your team members to the projects, and they can access your project based on the role access control. Talking about the role, so see, what if I tell you that you can even restrict the user's access to a certain level when you invite them by specifying the role. So for better understanding of this, let me tell you that the case has three roles. One is owner, so he will be the one having full access to the overall tool. The second role is admin. It's pretty similar to the owner, and third role is the member role. So it will have the basic access to the tool, like the test case writing, its execution, etc. So with the help of this diverse role, you and your team can work together on running tests, writing test suits, test cases, composing test plans, etc. Okay, so moving ahead, we have the integration feature. With the help of this, you can integrate the case with the most popular bug tracking system and services like Jira, Redmine, and many others. This we will see in practice in the upcoming session. The last one is the defect management feature. With the help of case, you can even manage all of your defects within the tool itself, starting from its creation till its closure, just like the Jira. Of course, you can integrate this with the most popular defect tracking tool like Jira with the help of integration, and then can collectively manage the defects at the both places, like in the case tool as well as in the Jira as well. Okay. So this was all about the features of case tool. Now it's time to see the working of a case. Okay. So as I said earlier, so in order to use the case tool, you have to register yourself on case official site, and once your registration is successful, then you are good to go and use it. The registration is pretty straightforward here in the case tool. Just go to the official site of case, click on the sign up, fill up some basic details about you, and it's done. Now, many of you might be curious to know whether it is a free tool or it is a paid one, like the other tools available in the market. So let me answer this question by myself. The case tool, it comes up in the three versions basically: free, startup, and the business one. Talking about the free versions of case, so if you want to use it at an individual level, or you work in a small or medium scale company, I would suggest just choose this version blindly and go for it, because even though it is free, you can still access most of the case features without any issue. This includes your Jira integration needs as well. If you flip the coin and see its limitation, so yes, obviously there are certain limitations to free version as well. Like you can have only three members in your team who will be accessing your case tool, and you will get only 500 MB of the storage space in case. Like basically, it is related with the attachment thing. Like if you are, following the defect life cycle in the case tool itself. So that's the case. You will get the limitations here. Apart from this, you can only run two concurrent test runs at the same time. Now, if you want to get rid of these limitations, you can choose between the startup and the business plan, depending on your company's requirement, and by comparing its prices, obviously. The pricing that you are seeing on the screen might change in the future from the case for the startup and the business plan. Okay, so this was about the registration with case. Now it's time to see how case tool look like once you're done with the registration and it's working. Okay, so this is how the case dashboard looks like for starters. From here, you can do the two things. You can either create your projects and then can start inviting your team members. Okay, these are two things that you can do here. For creating a project, it is again pretty straightforward. Uh, so how exactly can we create a project on case, right? That must be a question coming up in your mind. So for that, just click on the blue create button, uh, create project button. After clicking on it, the page gets open like this. And here you can enter the project related information like a project name, description, etc. Basically the project related info that you have to fill here. Once you're done with the project creation, now it's time to create the test suites and the test cases. So for that, just go to the repository section in the left side of menu list. Just click on it. You will see the UI like this. And here you can start creating the test suites by just simply clicking on it, create suite button. So it will look like this. The pop-up, in order to create a suite, it will look like this. Just give the suite name, whatever you want. Select any parent suite. It's your choice. Enter the description, precondition, and just click on the create button. So your suite has been created. Now it's time to create the test case under that particular test suite. So just click on the plus case button here. So the UI or the page from where you can create the test case within the case tool itself, it will look like this. So here we have multiple parameters like title, status, description, suit, severity, priority. Basically, the test case description thing. Just fill up the information of your choice and just click on the create test case button. So now, as I mentioned earlier in the features that you can import and export the test cases as well. So for that, just click on the import button, like here, and it will ask you to pick your file like JSON file, XML, CSV, etc., and hit the import button. Like in order to import it, this is the format. Just click your source type, your parent source where you want to import that. Choose your particular file from your computer and just hit the import button. And in the same way, the export will work. You just have to click on the export, select a file format in which you want to export your test cases that you have written in the case tool, and just click on the export. So it is a pretty straightforward thing. Now the integration slide here, it is basically the integration of Qase with the other tools. So for now, we will jump on the next slide, and once we begin actual working of Qase, then I will show you this in practical. Okay. So now, till the time we have our test suites created, our test cases are also created. Now it's time to create the test plan. Okay. So now we will add a test plan to this particular screen. Although this is not mandatory to create a test plan here, considering the standard operating procedure in the testing, so I will recommend creating a test plan as well. It is again straightforward thing. Just click on the test plan from the left side menu and just click on this create test plan button. It will open up this page from where you can create your own test plan, and the steps numbers have been mentioned here. That is, you have to enter some of the details for that particular test plan, like the title, then add particular test cases, and just click on the create test plan. So now, once your test plan is created, so now it's time to run the show. That is, run your test cases. So for that, just click on the test runs from the left-sided menu, and then click on the create test run and info like test run title. Choose test plan from the drop down and click on the test run. So it's like this. Just click on the test run. And then just click on this start new test run. And from now here, we can follow these steps in order to run particular test run from here. Okay. So once you enter the information for the test run, it's time to add your test cases either from here, or you can choose directly a test plan. So if you remember, while creating a test plan, we have added some test cases in that. So if you follow that step, so you just have to mention this particular test plan here, and the test cases which were assigned to this particular test plan will be automatically showed up here. So you know, no need to add the test cases manually over here. So once your all steps are done, just click on the start test run. So it will look like this. Just click on it and open it in detail view of it. Just click on the open wizard button, and so it will look like this. And from here, you can assign the status of a test case, like whether it is a pass, fail, block, or skip, whatever it is. Once your test cases, you have entered the test cases results like a pass, fail, or block. So the next thing is that we can do here is you will see the test run details over here, like whether it is completed or not, along with its status, like whether it is pass, fail, or block. So you will see the percentage wise numbers here. And in order to generate and share the reports, so you just have to click on this share report button. So the pop-up in order to share this particular test report will look like this, and you just have to click on this toggle bar so that the public link is turned on. So it basically acts like our Google document. So like if you share this particular URL after clicking on this toggle button, so that this URL will be used by anyone, whoever you will share this URL with. Just click on the done and share it. So till now we have seen the overview of Qase and how the end user interacts with it. Now it's time to show you guys how to be a practical. Like for that, I would like to call Ruchita, my co-presenter. Over to you, Ruchita.
Yes, thank you, Purushottam. So now, first we will see the registration step for the case tool. So for that, we just need to enter the case test case management tool on the Google, and the very first is their official website. So once click on their official website, here we can see the options like login and start for free. So if we are new to the case, we need to do the sign up. So once click on start for new. So here we need to enter our email, then the password, confirm password. Then we need to agree the terms of use and privacy policy, and we can create the case tool account from here. So I have already created my account. So I will just log in and show you. So once login, you will get to see the project. So I have created one project here. So now it's time to create a project. So first step will be project creation. So we can create our project by clicking on create new button, create new project. Here we need to add the project name. So we will just add project name SL demo project. So it will take its initial of all the as a project code. And after that, we need to enter the description. So I will just enter this is demo project. It's not mandatory to enter the description. After that, we can see project access type. So it is private and public. There are two access. So if we select private, so we can see the member access also. So we can add all members to this project, or we can select add members from specific group or don't add member. If we select public, then everyone can get access about that project. So just we can create the project from here. So yes, here we can see our project, and now we are on repository section. So on repository section, we can see the options like create new suite, create new case, and import. So basically, first step will be we have to create the test suite. So what is test suite? Test suite is nothing but the collection of test cases. So it will help us to organize the test cases in the logical groups. Let's say if I have 5 functional test cases and 5 smoke test cases. So what I will do, I will just create 2 suites, one for smoke and one for functional, and I will add test cases accordingly so that I can prioritize my test cases. So we will create the suit from here. So after creating, after clicking on suit, we can see the options like suit name. So I will just add functional test suit here. Here we need to select the project suit. So by default, it is taking project root because I haven't created any parent suit. After that, we can add the description about that suit. So I can just simply add this is functional test suit. After that, we can add precondition, but it's not mandatory to add the preconditions and the description. So we can simply create the suit. Next one, I will create smoke test suit. And I'll simply create the suit. So yeah, here we can see the suits. Now it's time to create the cases. So we can create a case from here after clicking on the. Also here we can see the option like create case. And third option is create quick test case. So what is create quick test case? In create quick test case, we just need to enter the description. After that, after creating quick test, we can add the properties like priority, severity in letter page. So I will show you how to create the cases. So yes, after clicking on that button, here the test case form will open and we need to enter the details about the test case. So let's say here I can give title as a sign up. Here we can select the status like actual, draft or duplicated. So for now I'm selecting actual. Here we can write the description about the test cases. So I will add check whether user is able to sign up with valid email ID and password. So after that, here we can see the list of suits. Like I have created functional and smoke test set like test suit. So here I need to select the test suit under which we have to add this case. So I will select let's say smoke test here. Here we can add severity of that case. So let's say major, and also we can add priority from here. After that, we can add type of like its type, so functional or the smoke. So I will select smoke. Here we need to select layer like end to end or the API or unit. So I will select end to end. So currently I'm writing test cases for manual, so no need to add its flag key or the automation status. Here we can select the milestone, but I haven't created milestone yet. That's why it is not showing any list of milestone. After that, behavior. So here we can select the behavior like positive, negative, or the destructive. So it is positive behavior, obviously. So I will select that. Here we can add the conditions. So under conditions, we can see precondition and post condition. So precondition will be user should be on sign up screen, and post condition means actual result. User should be able to sign up with valid email ID and password. Okay. So after that, we can create a tags here. So tags is nothing but we use it to make it unique. So I will just add sign up because it is related to sign up. So I can create tags here, or if I have created already, I can see the list of tags. So it is related to sign up. So I will add that tag. Here we can add the attachment if we have any attachment related to sign up test case, so we can add attachment from here. After that, parameters. So let's say if I have to run these test cases on Chrome browser, Safari browser, and Firefox browser. So I will add parameter. So the title will be browser, and I will simply add Chrome. After that, Safari browser, and third one is Firefox. So this is how we can add the parameters so that we can run our same test cases on different browser. After that, here we can see the option add steps. So we can add steps like open sign up page. First step will be, so here we need to add the URL. So let's say https demo.com, and so here expected result sign up page should be this. Again, we can add here we can see the options. Again, we can add attachment for that steps, or we can share that step. Like we can create a share. So let's say if I create a share steps for sign up, created. So share step we use if we have very common steps. So we can simply mark these steps as share steps, so that we can see that steps under this like options share steps. We can edit that share steps from here. We can delete created steps. After clicking on save button, yes, I can see the test case under the smoke test. So yeah, here we can see the general like description, precondition, post condition, then the parameter. Under properties section, we can see their severity, priority, status, then the behavior about that. So in run, we haven't created run. That's why we cannot see the run. From here, we can edit our test cases. Also, we can clone the test cases. Like if we have same test cases, like if we want to clone these test cases, so here we can select different projects also. Let's say if we have common test case for sign up for one project, we can simply select other project and we can create a clone. So no need to write test cases again if we have common test cases. Or from here, we can delete that test cases. So I will just create one more test case under the functional very quickly. So this is, let's say login. Check whether user is able to log in with valid login with valid email and password. So here I will select the test suite again. So let's say it is functional test suite. You can select the priority, severity, then the type is functional now, end to end, and behavior is again positive. So post precondition will be user should be on login screen, and user should be able to log in with valid credentials. Here we can select the tags. So it is related to login. So I can select tag here. I can attach the screenshot or the attachment from here. We can select parameter, or we can add the steps like user should be on login and user should be enter valid email password. We can add that also. So yes, here we can see the test cases under functional and the smoke test case. So here we can see view options. So we have two views, nested tree view and folder view. If we select nested tree view, we can select, we can see test cases and the detail view, like suite and the test cases all. If we select folder view, we can see only the folder wise details, like functional. If I select smoke, then I can see smoke. So this is how we can create the suite and the cases. Another way to create a suite and test cases is import data. So for that, we need to write a test cases in Excel sheet, and I will show you the template of Excel sheet. So this is the template of Excel sheet. We need to write the test cases. and we need to save that Excel sheet as a CSV, and simply from here we can import the data. So after clicking on that, we need to select the parent to like parent suite. Then clicking on choose a file, we can choose and or select the file whichever we want to import, and we can simply click on import. So after clicking on import, we can see the test cases in that format only. We can see the suits and the cases, same like that. So there are two ways to create the suit and the cases. Also here we can see the add filter option. So if I select type and functional, so it will show me the functional test suite. So we can use filters or we can search for test cases also. Now here we can see the share state. So I have created one share state related to sign up. For that we can edit that states. So when I edit that share states, and it is common to, let's say, three test cases. So the three test cases auto, like it will get auto it will get auto updated if I just change something here. So it is the share states. After that we can see milestone option. So we can create milestone from here. For that we need to give milestone name. Let's say milestone 1. We need to add the information related to milestone. So this is milestone 1. So here we need to select the status, that is active or the completed. If we select active, we need to add due date, like when it will get closed, and we can create the milestone. So once milestone is created, when we go to repository and create the cases, when we click on milestone, here now we can see the created milestone option, so that we can select milestone 1, and this test case goes under the milestone 1. So this is how we create the milestones. Next step will be a test plan. So it is not mandatory to create a test plan, because without creating test plan, we can run our test cases. But for best practices and detailed documentation, like we recommended to use the test plans. So when we click on a test plan, here we need to give the title of test plan. So I will give demo test plan. Or description is not mandatory. Here we need to select the cases under that plan. So I will select both the suits. Yes, so here we can see two test cases selected, and I will create the plan. So yes, here we can see the plan name, runtime, and the cases. Here ellipsis we can see view, edit, or export functionality, and delete. So we can export that test plan using export XLS functionality, or we can edit if we want to. So this is how we can create the test plan. So next step is test run. So before creating test run, I will show you to create the environments, because let's say if I have to run that test cases on let's say QA environment, for that I need to create the environment before executing the test cases. So here I can simply give QA environment, then I need to add slug and description. And here we need to add our URL, QA environment URL. We can create the environment. Now it's time to create the test run. So once we get the build from developer, we need to execute our test cases. For that, we need to create the test run. For that, click on start new test run. So this form will be open now. So we need to add the run title. So I will simply add demo test run. So we need to add description, but it's not mandatory again. So here we can see the plan option. So if we select the plan, no need to select or attach test cases manually. If we don't want to select plan, we can add the test cases manually here. but I have created test plan. So here we can see demo test plan. Again, I have created environment. So I will execute that test cases on QA environment. I will simply select milestone. Here we can see default assignee options. So we can see the our team members list here. So I will assign it to me. Here we can again add tags if we want to, and we can start the run. So once we created the test run, we can see the environment, time, then the status, and the detail about the test run. So here we can see the option like dashboard, open wizard, clone run. We can also clone that run. We can edit the run from here, or we can delete the run. So now we will execute our test cases. So once clicking on that test run, here we can see our suits, then the test cases, and the detail about it. So here we can see open wizard option. So once clicking on open wizard, it's loading. I will close it and again clicking on yes. So here we can see the different statuses like pass, failed, blocked, invalid, or skip. We can also edit our test cases from here also. So now let's say if here we can see environment, then the description, check whether user is able to log in with valid email and password. Let's say if I pass this test case, it will mark it as a pass. If I pass second one also, and if I failed some test cases, so here we can see add run result. So here we can add our comment. If we want to like, we can add this is not working, and simply we can add the result. So now here we can create a defect. We will get this window after if we fail the test case. So here we can see option like create a new defect or choose an existing one. So I will create new defect. So title is timer. I will add defect user is not able to sign up with valid email and password. Here we need to select the milestone, in which milestone this issue is occurring. Here we can select the severity, it's critical, and I can assign it to the team member. I will assign it to me. And once clicking on add defect, yes, so we can see that test case marked as a fail. And last one I will mark as a pass. So yes, here in test run details, we can see number of test cases passed. So 3 test cases are passed and 1 is failed. Here we can see completion rate, then the test plan, started by, time, and time spent. Also, we can see the, like if we want to view the test case, we can view the test case from here, like detail view. So once we run the test cases, so we can share our report with the team lead or the manager using the share report option. For that, we need to make the link as a public so that everyone can use that link. We can copy that link and done. And once I paste it to the other, so here we can see the detail about the run. So here we can see the number of test cases. Under the defect, we can see defect reported by assignee. If it is external issue, then we can mark that as the external issue and the status of that issue. So under team stat, we can see the time spent and the author, then past test cases, failed test cases, and the graph of that test case. So the team lead or the manager can see the report, detailed report from here. They can also use filter if they want. After that, we can see export. So we can export that test run. So when I click on export, So we can see the detail about that test run in the CSV format here. Also here we can see the edit option. We can edit our test run. If you want to run again this test run, so we can click on run again and we can execute the test cases again. For that we need to add the new title. Let's say demo test run 1. And yes, in the test run, I can see demo test run and same I can execute the test cases again. So like this is how we create the test cases, test suite and the test plan. And this is how we execute the test run. So after that, when we go to the workspace, so here we can see our team members, their details like type, then the role, everything. After that, if we want to invite any other team member, we can invite new team members by clicking on invite new member. Here we can add their email ID, name, their role, and their access, read only or the access. So we can invite multiple read only users to the free plan, but we can give regular access up to 3 users only. So this is how we can invite the our team members. We can create group from here also. If you want to create a QA group, so we can create group here. After that roles, we can see owner, administrator, and the member role. Then the tags. So yes, I have created this tag, so I can see the list of tags here, and the test cases count under that tag. If I have attached any screenshot or the attachment, then I can see that attachment here